And so I'm just excited to add another name to that list.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey man, Dylan here with Combat Casuals. Coming from Bellator, but getting to compete in the old PFL format, do you have a preference now that you're entering back into that kind of Grand Prix style bracket system as opposed to the preseason and the playoffs?
Yeah, I think this is a lot easier for people to understand when people would ask, like, what does that mean, So now you can pretty much give them the bracket. It's a lot easier for fans. And I think it's 3 fights in how many, 5 months, something like that, 5-6 months. Before it was 4, and there was that break. It went through November. So I don't know. I think just win in advance, win 3 fights, and you're the champ, right? That seems pretty simple. Even MMA, people that aren't huge MMA fans can follow a bracket. Everyone can follow a bracket. And so, I'm excited for that. I know the dates, we kind of know where we're going, and I'm excited for it.
Awesome, man. So now we did mention your wins over guys like Michael Bennett Page, Joaquin Buckley. When you see those guys establishing themselves in title contention in places like the UFC, do you feel a sense of accomplishment that you have wins over such big names like that?
I mean, I competed against the best in wrestling my whole career. Look at our gym at one point. It was, I think we had the top 8 of the 15 with Kamaru, Shavkat, Ian Garrett, Gilbert Burns, me, Jason Jackson, Vicente Luque, Becca. I've known that Robbie Lawler, has been my main guy, and helped him. Michael Chandler, Impa, AJ, Gregory Rodriguez. If you go look from 185 to 155 at Killcliff, we have a lot of the top guys in the world, and since I've been in South Florida since 2017, those have been my training partners. So obviously, maybe I don't get as much recognition as some of the bigger names. I know where I'm at, and I've known where I'm at for a long time, and I'm not really a big social media guy, so I don't really care what people think. I'm good, I have great friends, a good life, and I just love to compete. So I know where I'm at, and I've known where I've been at for a long time, and so now it's fun to get to go out there and be part of this bracket and go put 3 fights together.
Awesome, man. And now you did mention some of the big names that you get to train with out at Killcliff. Do you feel like you get an advantage going in there against your opponent when you have such a big, such an awesome group of names around you that you get to train with day in and day out?
Yeah, I think it helps all of us. But there's other gyms with big names too. ATT's got a lot of great guys as well, and there's other big great gyms around the world. But I think it's just that the consistency of always being with someone, with a great partner who's pushing you to your absolute brink every single day. That it builds over time. Each fight, you get a little better because of the partners, because of the people, because of your coaches. And that's really what we have going for us at Killcliff.
So what does capturing another world title in a new organization mean to you? And is the motivation the same as it was when you captured your Bellator title?
I think for me, it's something you can look back on and just be proud, not having any regrets on your career, and it's not about winning, it's not about belts, it's not about this, it's about how you competed. That's really what matters, is the pursuit of greatness, right? That's in wrestling. That was before NIL, that was before these kids are getting paid. We did it for nothing. We weren't on there we got to be on Big Ten channel and ESPN for NCAAs, but we didn't do it for money. We didn't do it for fame. We knew we weren't going to be famous. You did it for the absolute pursuit of doing one of the hardest things in the sports, in wrestling. And we didn't, we did it for a scholarship, which is obviously great, but you did it for the pursuit. And that's the same for me now, is just to look back and be proud of my career and my legacy and what I accomplished and how I competed every single time I stepped in there.
So last one for me, how do you mentally prepare to compete 3 times in such a short period of time? And is your in-gym preparation a little bit different than it would be for, say, a regular fight?
I guess you kind of, the first camp is always the same, right? Because you know, you get one chance to go out there, and then after this, I think it's 10 weeks, and then it'll be 7 weeks for the finals. So you got to make sure your weight's on point, your body's on point, and everything is firing on all cylinders, right? Really, at the end of this, it's going to be who's the healthiest and who's the most excited to be there, to fight still. And so I think I have a lot of great people around me outside the gym too, and really smart people that we've put a plan together of this is how we have to do it. This is how we got to have our body ready to go. And yeah, I'm excited to kick this off and put these 3 fights together.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Anyone else in here?